Motion say aye. Those against it say nay. Ayes have it.
For many years, the Petroleum Industry Bill, or PIB, has generated a lot of contentious debates in the Senate.
To establish good governance, competitiveness, global best practices, and ease of doing business in the Nigerian oil and gas industry.
House of Representatives.
Several members have come and said because of the importance they needed to digest and prepare for full debate, as they were not fully aware that it was coming up this morning.
And any circle, the issue is understood.
How will government invest in E&P? It is by meeting up their JV cash calls. It is by trying as much as possible to rejig and let us have the PIB passed in order to create the right framework for investment.
The subject gained legendary status in Nigeria's economic and political conversation, such that the last 20 years had witnessed multiple attempts by government to pass an all-encompassing bill. But it appeared the scope and complexity of the process stifled the efforts. The objective of the Petroleum Industry Bill has always been to regulate the oil sector, such that it leaves no room for corruption, nepotism in the industry, and environmental degradation. With crude oil dominating Nigeria's economy, accounting for around 90% of export earnings, and Nigeria holding the record of having the largest oil and gas reserves in sub-Saharan Africa, the industry was clogged with questionable licensing deals, multiple middlemen, a lack of refining capacity, and graft in the system. In spite of its vast potential, one of the most contentious areas in negotiating the bill has been the amount of money companies pay to local communities, who push for a share of 10% of regional oil wealth from production, but after much ado in the National Assembly, 3% was approved.
The forum, however, rejects in very strong terms the proposed 3% for host community and supports 5% share of the oil revenue to the host communities as recommended by the House of Representatives.
So what changes are expected when the bill is eventually passed by a willing government?
I've heard a lot of noise about NNPC being scrapped, but that is not envisaged by the bill at all. We have said that NNPC will be commercialized. But if we are talking about transforming the industry, the only new thing that we are introducing is the development of the midstream. That is the pipeline sector, that sector between the upstream and the downstream.
Its package includes, but not limited to, the selling of shares in the reformed NNPC, the replacement of regulatory bodies, and the reduction and streamlining of royalties. The bill is also expected to provide a conducive environment for international and indigenous companies to thrive and to protect the environment of host communities and drive economic diversification in Nigeria. After all, what the government wants to ultimately achieve is transparency, which the bill promises.